Ladies and gentlemen, we are live today. Brought to you by me. Obviously, it's been a little while. I had a birthday weekend. Immediately got sick. I guess I got a stomach bug from one of my kids or something because I ate everything everybody else ate. And I was sick my entire birthday weekend. And sick the entire weekend. Yeah. Made lineups. Took a hot minute, Rewatched some stuff. Just kind of get the vibe I was having during the pre-football season. Just to get back into the groove. I must have dropped something on my shirt because this is brand new. Oh, it feels wet, so I must have. I don't know. Oh yeah, child. Dude. Anywho, I'm up to 640 on my Rainmakers. I didn't win anything this week. Yeah, there's nothing really good to positively report. I had good teams, but to be honest with you, everybody had good teams with Ellinger being random hair being so cheap that he was able to be afforded by everybody. So DFS was kind of a wild west. I had a couple Tua tags with both of them. What up, Dennis? How's it going? So yeah, DFS didn't really. All right, won what $250. So it's really not anything, you know. Uh, apparently I was down 2K last month based off of the transaction history, but I think that's like I spent quite a bit on Rainmaker cards, so it is what it is. Because my entry fees and stuff like that was double the amount I deposited or what. And it wasn't much deposited; it was all entry fees, which is technically all of the tickets that I put in and whatnot are also put in there as well. Which is like at this point I put in what 110 2 weeks ago. I put in 30 this week. I'm gonna put another, so it's a little skewed. How are you doing tonight, Dennis? Like I was saying before, I don't know when you popped in, but I was sick my entire birthday weekend. So I wasn't gonna be doing streams or anything else anyways because I was out of it. So was unproductive, was sick. Last night we took the kids out. I felt better by like Sunday afternoon, and took the kids out, went trick or treating as Mario family. Every one of us. Trying to think. Did I? I didn't win anything. I literally didn't win anything this week worthwhile to even talk about. I'm still. I did okay last week. All right. That's what we like to hear. I didn't really do much, so that's good to hear that you did well or did okay. Yeah, I said I didn't win any cards. I won 2 cards. One was a Rainmakers. What did I win? I won some low. I won a Paris Campbell and a. I don't even remember the other player. It wasn't anything worthwhile. Let's see here. I won 30 tickets for the $20, and I won like 40 tickets for $3. Um, didn't have a good finish, and then the Millie Maker I had some good teams. I broke a 200 and like 200 something, but but so did everybody else. So it was like kind of pointless. I'll look at it real quick. History. So this Millie Maker, I don't know. Millie. How do I? maybe I didn't have one. I swear I had one. I guess not. Why can't I scroll with? Maybe I'll just do one. I guess my highest was 196. I thought I had one higher than that, but I guess not. So my highest in the Millie Maker was a 196. It wasn't even a Tua Tags team, which is a little surprising. Let me pull it up real quick. So this is my highest scoring team. I didn't win very much this past week. I said, got a decent quarterback, nailed the running back, nailed the receiver, A.J. Brown, Seahawks. It was a decent team. Irv Smith. Oh, that's what we should talk about. The trade deadline. Let me pull up Twitter. Do that offline because apparently I follow a porn star or something because I've been seeing naked ladies on my Twitter feed. So I need to do that off air. I was at work today. Oh, I got a message. John Jester. Got 2 bench RBs got traded. Jeff Wilson and Hines Robinson to the Tits. Crazy amount of trades today. Yeah, it was insane. John Jester. And a message request. Okay, this is weird. Who would do that? Go to block. Alrighty. Some of the weirdest things, man. I'm throwing the white towel on Najee. I'm done with him. Done with him DFS, and I'm done with him. That's awesome, dude. So I don't know what lineup that was. I should have looked at it before because you can see what number it was. It's a shame. It's a shame. That's awesome. 194. So you $40 or whatever. You just gotta get lucky. Was it with the Hurts or was it with a 2 attacks or was it with an Ellinger? You fit everything in. I'm going to Underdog NFL because they have everything you need. Okay, well, we're pulling that up. I'll send it. All right. While you send that, I will pull up this Chrome tab talking about Najee and their situation. Some of Warren's success is situational, as Bat Canada outlined earlier today. However, as Faulkner said, if Warren is giving the team a spark, he will continue to earn more playing time. It's hard to argue that he does not give the team more of a spark. He has even been used on some big 4th down situations where he has been asked to just barrel for a yard. He has been successful in that too. While the coaching staff and Najee Harris say that he's finally healthy, and it's hard to believe with the way the first-round running back has been playing, Harris' burst just isn't there this season. Warren, on the other hand, looks like a ton of burst as whenever he gets the ball, explodes forward. Yeah, during this bye week, I'm out on the Najee. I'm going to miss out. I guarantee he's going to blow up every week that I don't play him, which will start with week 10. Obviously, Rainmakers will play him because it's, be wasting money if I didn't. But he's dead to me right now. Though I have 2 teams that are advancing with him, but it's not to do with him. Let's see here. We got transaction alerts. Let's see here. Sidney Jones is to be released by the Seahawks. Okay. Elijah Mitchell is targeting for week 10 for return, which would be good for the 49ers. Honestly, it'd give Christian McCaffrey a breather every once in a while, which is something he didn't have in Carolina, nor did the coaches think that was a good idea for some reason. Or you could put him in there and have Debo and CMC, Brandon Ayuk, and have all them all at the same field at the same time. Anywho, and Kittle, Nico Collins is not going to play on Thursday. He hasn't practiced all week. He hasn't practiced in a while. He'll be a game time decision. If he plays, he's going to be limited. Tre'Davious White activated to the 53-man roster. That's good news for the Bills because they need more good news. Trees transaction alerts. Cornerback Rashad Fenton to be traded to the Falcons. I didn't see that one earlier. They have like the 30-second pass defense, so that'd be nice for them. But I don't think the Chiefs would be getting rid of a good corner if they had one. So I don't think that's really an upgrade. Zach Moss being traded with Nyheim Hines for this year. Nyheim Hines' production may go up. Zach Moss's also may go up. James Cook's potentially goes down. It depends on who Nyheim Hines is there to take in relief of, because I don't really see him playing the same role as Zach Moss, but maybe I'm wrong. Jeff Wilson seems to be a better running back than, personally, in my opinion, than Raheem Mostert, but maybe I'm wrong. Let's go ahead and take a look at Dennis's message. He had 2 tags. Yeah. 2 tags. Derrick Henry, Tony Pollard, ASB, Waddle, Brandon Ayuk, Gesicki, Brevin Jordan, 49ers defense. That is a fun team. See, I also backed it with a ASB, and it wasn't like a terrible day, but it wasn't like a productive day at all. Man. It's crazy. Like, you're an 18,000th play out of how many, you know what I mean? You want the double tight end, too. That's interesting. I guess you had to make money for it to fit. I guess that makes sense. Whew. What team? I like it. I like it a lot. I mean, you knew that was going to be a smash. And when you found out that he was going to be full carries, it was like hard not to have one of those 2 in your lineups. For me, at least. Like, I had to have one of those 2 in my lineups. Insane sweat, my guy. Chase Mendens is seen more as a third down running back. Melvin Gordon and Latavius Murray to be co-starters. Let's be honest, it'll be Melvin Gordon to start, but it'll be Latavius Murray as the real main starter. Chase Edmonds will be the Mike Boone since he's still on IR. And when he gets back from IR, who knows what's going to happen. Anything else from Twitter today? If this guy thinks that they shouldn't have gotten a receiver, you're absolutely crazy. They're playing some guy named Toure. I'm sorry, that's not an NFL receiver that should be starting. Who else got traded? Hawkinson, a 50% owned player of mine, got traded to a team that I like-ish. They're the Chargers of the NFC. So we'll see how that turns out. I don't know. Like, he targeted Conklin a bunch last year, so does that work in our favor? Does what's his name take so much of the workload? Like, he'll never get any. Let's see here. So I got a new mention. This probably has nothing to do with me. Yeah, I thought so. I don't know why I look at Discord. It threw me off. I thought maybe I'm missing something. I was not. Um, I think Brock Wright is a big. If you're playing regular DFS and you're playing regular fantasy football, Brock Wright is a good pickup. He's going to be earning a target share. He's not owned in any league. He's going to have playing time now, and a pass happy offense from what it seems to be. He's a good person to target, at least in DFS. 100% he'll be on my teams this week. I don't even know who they're playing. I didn't even look. I'm so out of it this week, man. I was sick to a dog. I went out. I was like, I don't care. I'm going out for my birthday and whatever, even though I didn't feel good. And I got an alcoholic drink because they make some really cool drinks at this place that it's called Mezclita. It's the Mexican restaurant nearby, and they have like a mango and they have like hot sauce on it, and they have like all these spooky Halloween drinks or whatever. I was like, I'm gonna have one. I'm not even gonna eat because I don't feel that great still. I'll have a drink though. All gone, like just I went to the bathroom, all out of the system. I tried to have a good birthday, but my body said, nah, you're 34 years old. This is the year where you learn that you're old. and I did not feel well. But we're gonna try to get back on pace this week. We're gonna try to have a stream tomorrow. What up, Michael? My guy, Michael. Yeah. All right, so I have the Discord thing. I got to invite people, but I don't have any of the tabs. So I don't know if I should start it or if I should make the tabs. I don't really quite know. So I've got it started. We're launching it next Monday with tabs or without tabs if I don't get it done. We're just going to throw it out there and people can help me or y'all can do it too. I don't really know how it works. We'll figure it out though. So we can all chit chat there. And so I could put like on the when I'm going live and when I'm not going live and stuff like that. Let's see here. I saw that Dennis and Derek both joined BFFL's Discord the other day. He toasted EJ toasted to us. I'm in second place in the EJ's contest this week, but that's what I was going to do. I was going to look at who the Lions were playing this week. Running backs, Swift. Is he down on the main? Are they not on the main slate? They're playing Green Bay this week. Ooh. Upright is 2,500. It'll be really easy to change things up in the Discord with or without people there. I've never done it myself, but I'm sure it's not too complicated. I'm sure it's not too complicated either. I've just been busy and slightly lazy with it. So I got the logo on there. It says invite people. Before I invited people, I wanted to get a little bit set up so people aren't just going into a blank space. Yes. ASB stock is going up. Brock Wright stock going up. Run blocking, though, I don't know if they're losing because Hawkins was a good run blocker. So I don't know if Brock Wright's on the same level as Hawkinson was. But what we do know is that it can't be worse for DeAndre Swift. Oh, dude. They said they weren't going to move him, right? I only believe that for a smidge, but they didn't move him. So why are you keeping him? Like, he's cheap right now. He's on the second year of his deal. He's going to start asking to get an extension or get paid starting next year. And the man didn't get any touches last week. I don't even know if he got targeted because I didn't watch the game. He's got good matchups in the future. We didn't help his situation anymore. Like no tight ends got moved, nothing got happened for them. They threw it 42 times and he had 0 points. 42 times, 0 points, 0 catches. It's not viable. If you're going to throw it 42 times and 0 of them go, no Corey Davis for a little bit of that game because he got injured. So no Corey Davis, no Breece Hall. Threw it 42 times and he didn't get 1 catch. Trade him to the Packers, please. It's pointless. If he doesn't, he's on my done list too. Najee's on my done list. Elijah Moore's on my done list. Unless they have good second half seasons, they will never be on a roster of mine next year. I don't know. I mean, they seem to know what they're doing, but I don't know if Zach knows what the rest of the team is doing. Because clearly they're like, hey, Breece Hall is hurt. We're throwing it 42 times. Can you at least throw a couple, even if he's covered? Because you're going to throw in 3 interceptions anyways. At least throw it at Elijah Moore. At him. Don't throw a lollipop in the... That was like a tip ball that just like went to this... Oh, it was so frustrating to watch this week. So frustrating. Normally, I'm like, when I go to, I'll hang out with the kids, but I'll like mainly be watching the games intensely. At the like midway through the game, I'm like, oh, everybody's like popping off. I'm not going to win any money in DFS because I had a few Elijah Moore teams. I didn't like play too much, but yeah, it's just. Honestly, though, Michael, like his fantasy value is perfect. Like throwing it 42 times, 2 touchdowns. He outscored Josh Allen this week. You know what I mean? Like that wasn't the bad part. The bad part was that he's Jameis Winston it without throwing the touchdowns and interceptions on a consistent basis. So if this is how he's going to be going further, I don't mind. If he's going to be wild and inconsistent and throwing interceptions and throwing a bunch of touchdowns, I don't mind. But if he's just going to be terrible the entire time, I don't know. I have a lot of Fields in the back of my best ball team struggling, but those are 2 that are turning around. Yes, and they got good matchups in the playoffs. At least I know that Fields does. He's got the Lions at least once. Love that line. Yeah. So, I mean, it's not the worst thing, Zach. He just needs to. I mean, he just has so many. Going back to that line, he is doing that. But the thing is, he's not putting out more touchdowns. And this is only 1 week's worth of it. So, if he consistently like throws the ball as much as he does, it's not going to be good for the Jets, which means he might get pulled. I don't know. We'll see. It's a we'll see, I guess. What else happened? The defense pickups were good. I kind of knew that the Ravens running game, like defensive running game, was kind of lackluster, which was kind of why I was kind of on week 17 Najee. And I was like, okay, well, I got, Najee's going to come in. They're going to run the ball. Well, this is preseason thoughts. Najee's going to put his head down. He's going to, 5 yards of carry, couple touchdowns, and, 150 yards week 17 with the comeback of Lamar and Mark Andrews. That was my thought process, my thesis. In my head, I didn't want to put it out there too much because I didn't want people to take the idea of completely, but clearly it was okay because clearly I was completely wrong. And, but it is what it is. Yeah. Halfway through the season, I am excited. If you saw Eric's team show today at 1:00, I was in there talking up Najee for the last time, and he went over our team. It's a solid team. We're in first place by like 28 points. I think that team's gonna be the only thing I have left. I didn't lose any money in best ball this week on underdog until Monday night, which I thought, if anything, it's going to improve for me. Little did I know Amari Cooper was going to have the night of his life and not Joe Burrow and T. Higgins. So I lost another 200 somewhere. I don't know where. And so now I'm down to $1,300 something and only like 6-7 teams on the BBM3. 617. Probably a little bit more, but not very much more than that. And then I don't even want to think about DraftKings. It's a show. I had so much Devontae and Trey Lance. It's tough to recover. It seems every game Zach has a female ref. That's the problem with him. I didn't even think about that. I didn't even. I'm gonna look at the next time. If he has a male ref and he does well, we'll see. We'll see how he does. My dog is about to bark. So let's see here. Let's go over anything else we had to go over. So tomorrow, it's very refreshing to see that being in a system QB is still worthwhile skill in the league, just like a guy that can manage and execute the offense. Yeah, I agree. So at least 3 or 4 now. I know there's a blonde lady, and I know there's a brunette. That's all I can really think personally. I know I've seen 2 of them. I know there's a blonde and a brunette. Unless she changed her hair and I just didn't notice, which is very possible. I was talking to Geno Smith and Jacoby Brissett, even Andy Dalton. Yeah. Geno Smith surprised the shit out of me, which was great because going back to my week 17 thought process, was like, Tyler Lockett, later round pick to go with my Garrett Wilson, Zach Wilson combos. All these great teams. I know that they're going to be like, they would just make it to the playoffs. It would be amazing. But they're not going to. And it sucks. I know Derek. I know he's not here today, but Derek has his team back into the top 500 because I saw his team up there, and I'm at 340 something. I think 380. I don't remember. I'm in the 300s, and I'll probably move up to I'll probably stay in the 300s as long as the team keeps producing, obviously. And what's I saying? I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, week 10 buys are going to kill that team. So only a couple more weeks of being on that leaderboard, which is fun to be on. I saw Hughes' team. It's kind of crazy. So if I can't win it, like I said all season, I hope one of you guys win it. Yeah. I hope one of you guys are just doing really well. Any youth on that BBM team? I don't remember. Yeah. I do not remember. Live Best Ball NFL 2022 season BBM3. I know my last 2 picks were Rashad Higgins, and that clearly was not a great pick. Share screen. Oh. Is this the right screen? I can't ever tell. Yes. Okay. Joey B, Zach Wilson, Mayfield, Jacobs, Stevenson, Madison, Pierce, Khalil Herbert, Stephon, T, Waddle, Davis, Wilson, Braxton, Rashad, Hawkinson, Dawson Knox, Hayden Hurst. That's an interesting team. Interesting. Alrighty. Yeah, this is what I'm down to. So 3, 4. I'm down to 8 teams. It's not great, guys. It's not great. We can look at all 8 teams. This is the one, my last one that I had done with Davis Pang. Pang's picks. I think this is his regular name. Dak, Trevor, Carson. It's got a solid, list of running backs. The receivers are just outstanding. I'm gonna have to suffer through these 3 receivers. Hopefully, these 2 keep it up. And I know he just got hurt. Hopefully, Darnell can pick it up a little bit. We got hit by the injury bug this past week. What's this one? Oh, a Jackson Herbert team with Chubb, Pollard, Rashad White, Zamir White, Ty Chandler, Jamar Chase, Devontae Smith, Tyler Lockett, Joshua Palmer, Nico, KJ Osborne, Zay Jones, Paris Campbell, Kyle Phillips, Mark Andrews, TJ Hawkinson. I mean, that's a decent team. We got two good tight ends. We got a combination of 3 good running backs, 2 amazing quarterbacks ish. And then if he can come back healthy, for the playoffs, and then Devontae Smith keep doing what he's doing, Ty Lockett have some explosion weeks, offset it with Palmer and Collins. That'd be nice. I know we usually do this on Wednesdays, but I usually mainly look at your guys' team. So let's just go ahead and look at mine, and we'll do yours guys on Wednesdays. Ooh, a Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson team. Tony Pollard, Kenneth Walker, Jerick McKinnon, Son Caskins. Another Chase team. Man, it sucks. Devontae Smith, Terry McLaurin, Tyler Boyd, Nico, KJ, Kyle Phillips, David Bell, Mark Andrews, Dawson Knox, Hayden Hurst. That's a fun team. It's so far behind on points, though, so no shot for the points lead. So what I have noticed that all the teams that are qualifying, all have good quarterbacks. Let's just look at the quarterbacks. Josh Allen, good quarterback. Kyler Murray, decent quarterback. Yeah, next year you have to get a good quarterback. Not good, Andrew. Not good. We're not even gonna look at this. We're not gonna even look at this. It's not good. It's just not good. I think I have 2 teams. I think that's it. 300 teams. I think I have 2 teams. It's not good. Andrew is not good. I missed a couple things. Garrett Wilson could definitely be huge if the Jets concentrate their passing game to some degree. Palmer's got a shot at breaking out the next few weeks. I agree with the Palmer thing just because he was filling in for Keenan Allen, and that is not his natural position. His natural position is the fly guy, to be the Mike Williams of the team. Now with Keenan back, he can be the fly guy of the team. I think he'll succeed better than he had the first few weeks. The Chargers had the bye, so he's up in speed, wide receiver 1, as he is going to be. It's all good, Andrew. I won $1 million last year. Can't win it every year. This is what my strategy was this year. Be very bold on my picks, and if they don't hit, they don't hit. But if I hit, I'm gonna repeat as last year. It didn't, so it is what it is. I played this strategy to do this, to play it, to be this way. So ultimately, you're playing Russian roulette, and I got shot a few times. Javonte, Trey Lance. Who else has got hurt? Who else has failed me this year? All right, so my 3 people that have failed me this year: Najee Harris, complete bust. Elijah Moore, don't know what they're doing with him. Trey Lance, breaking his whatever. Javonte Williams sucks. Trying to think where else I missed. I can look at my exposures, I guess. My biggest miss is so when you see Zach was a miss because I paired him up with like a bunch of elite quarterbacks. Herbert hasn't produced. The next biggest miss for me, I mean, I guess Nico. I was expecting Nico and Rashad Bateman. I'll put together. I was expecting bigger things out of those two. Those are my biggest misses this year, and then they just killed my teams. And then Knox not really being a scoring tight end, like putting up touchdowns right off the bat. We'll see how the second half season goes, but yeah, I mean, I still really like all these guys that I drafted highly. All these receivers, they just they haven't put it together. I don't know. My running backs, were decent, and a bunch of obviously Najee, a bunch of Damian, Khalil Herbert, a bunch of this Javonte, man, it's just killing me. It hurts my eyes to look at it. DeAndre Swift being out for a bunch of time. Davis Mills has been butt cheeks. I'm looking at these quarterbacks. I mean, I got 1, 2. He should be 3, but he's like middle of the pack this year. So I mean, I nailed 2 of the top 5 quarterbacks out of my, however many this is. I don't know. It is what it is. We'll come back. We'll get it next year. As like I said in that tweet, I hope everybody has a good playoffs. Our resurrection team was looking good, and then Ja'Marr Chase went down, and somebody else went down. It's like I can't get a break, man. But it's all it's supposed to be like this. I got really lucky last year, so still in first, but Ja'Marr Chase going down. Mike Williams is out for like 4 weeks. Elijah Moore hasn't done anything. Kyle Phillips went on IR the day after I drafted him. Velus Jones was a wild card pick. And I mean, again, it's like I got good pieces, right? So I got Burrow, good quarterback. Fields, good quarterback. Taylor, losing Nyheim Hines could be a good running back. Devin Singletary got Nyheim Hines, so I don't know how that works for him. Got Pacheco, got Najee Harris, both being, not producing. Yeah. After Chase went down, my dreams of like making any money this year is just it shot. Yeah, and I think I will change a little bit my structure, but I don't think my boldness will change. I think that's just how I'm gonna play, and just maybe I run good on injuries. I think, and just have different combinations of players. Like the team that I have that's in the top 100 is somebody drafted Najee Harris ahead of me, but that left value for me at a different spot. So I got Diggs at 11, instead of Diggs at 8 or 9, which he was usually going. Like if you get Andrews or Kelsey, just waste a spot on the bye week to fill in. Going back up, was it likely? No, agree. Whoever it is in Kansas. Yeah. Like next year, there will be definitely more backups drafted by me. Like I'm gonna do like my first 16 picks are gonna be people that are starting, whatever. And that's 17, 18 picks. There will be people I don't even know their names. Like me personally. Because I wouldn't be thinking Brock Wright right now would be a potential starter for my team. But now looking at it, it's like, or even Geno Smith. I didn't think Geno Smith was going to be as good as he was, obviously. But it's like, we're going to take more chances next year on unearned guys. You know what I mean? I did too. And I started just automatically drafting players. that weren't a part of my core. Like Kendrick Bourne became part of my core, and he wasn't at the beginning, and so it's like I jumped too hard on that train. I need to establish who I want on my team, like 10 players total. Like it doesn't matter where they are on the draft board, but when those players come up, those 10 are on my team. I'm going to go out of my way to try to get them. Next year, that's going to be my game plan. I'm going to have my 10. I'm going to have it on my side of my screen. Obviously, it'll vary if somebody gets hurt or situations change. Obviously, you can't have it down, but Cordell should have been the guy that made sense even last offseason. Just makes sense. Yeah. Yep. I like taking big stands on later picks. I'd keep early picks even and fade the ones I don't like. Yeah, no, I faded Dalvin Cook. I faded Alvin Kamara. Like, and it worked last year, and essentially kind of worked this year. It just Najee being such a bust has just killed everything. And he even started the season with a touchdown. I was like, okay, maybe it's not going to be through the running game, and he's just going to be like a pass catcher. And then he got hurt, and then it's like, oh, he's going to play, but it's going to be like 50%. And then when he finally came back, it's like they're giving Warren these creative play calls and whatnot. And then last week, this check down, and the man's just shaking. When he's this big-ass 250-pound running back, just run through them. Like, just come on. And soapbox is over. Tomorrow, we will be looking over everybody else's teams. We will be doing some best ball reviews and similar to what we just did right now. Have a little soapbox, but we'll have a little more fun. I'm going to call it here, though, tonight because I am going to catch up on some sleep. Hang out with my puppy for a little bit before I do that, though, and maybe watch The Bachelor in Paradise. I think Najee would have been as bad if you were also as high as Nick Chubb or Diggs or even Hill. Yeah, which I have a decent amount of Chubb, but I don't have enough Chubb. And I was big on those other guys, but I wasn't as big on those guys, and I definitely wasn't on Hill. I thought Hill with that situation, I wasn't on Tua tags. I was wrong, and I'll admit that. I wasn't even close to thinking that he was going to be doing what he's doing over there. All right, y'all. As my boy Michael always leads me out, it has been fun. It has been real. It has been real fun. There, guys.